Firefighters are protesting what they're calling unfair treatment by management at Cedar Hammock Fire Department. Plus, one of Manatee County's most dangerous intersections getting a remodel just a week after two teens died in a car accident there. And a new congressional candidate will be chosen this weekend following the sudden death of April Freeman. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Nearly 9 hours of testimony from Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh and his accuser now completed. A defiant Brett Kavanaugh denying allegations of sexual assault. The Supreme Court nominee shouted and at times even fought back tears as he testified in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. But his accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, was also passionate and pointed to Kavanaugh as her assaulter. Now, we've been monitoring this situation all day and have listened to hours of testimony. Emily Rao has more on that testimony from Capitol Hill tonight. Emily?
The day started here with Christine Blasey Ford saying she was terrified to testify. And as the hours ticked by, the political divisions became more and more apparent.
Do you swear that
Brett Kavanaugh's first accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, took the oath and publicly told her side of the story.
I believed he was going to rape me. Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. This is what terrified me the most and has had the most lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me.
Republican senators deferring their allotted time to veteran sex crimes prosecutor Rachel Mitchell. Democrats asking again and again if Blasey Ford was sure it was Kavanaugh who attacked her.
What you are telling us is this could not be a case of mistaken identity.
Absolutely not.
What degree of certainty do you believe Brett Kavanaugh assaulted you?
100%.
But Kavanaugh also certain.
I'm not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted by some person in some place at some time. But I have never done this to her or to anyone.
At times tearful, Kavanaugh then visibly angry.
This whole 2-week effort has been a calculated and orchestrated political hit. This is a circus.
Some senators unleashing their own frustration.
This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics.
President Trump tweeting shortly after the hearings wrapped up, Judge Kavanaugh showed America exactly why I nominated him, going on to say the Senate must vote.
And the Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on Kavanaugh's confirmation tomorrow. That is the word from the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell as he was leaving the Capitol earlier tonight. On Capitol Hill, I'm Emily Rao, ABC News. Now back to you.
All right, thank you, Emily. Tonight back here at home, a continuing story we first told you about back in January. Tensions continue to rise for one fire department in Bradenton. There are accusations against the Cedar Hammock fire chief that he and his administration are treating many of those firefighters harshly. ABC7's Rick Adams has more tonight from the fire department.
The signs say it all. Protesters from the Suncoast Firefighters and Paramedics Union tell us a lot of the firefighters at Cedar Hammock Fire Rescue are being treated poorly by Fire Chief Jeff Hoyle and his administration.
There was an issue in the workplace of unfairness in discipline and unfairness in matters of promotion, a lot of things that is just not typical in the area.
Some folks got up to address these issues during the public comments portion of the fire department meeting on the budget, pouring out of the jam-packed meeting room. Rick Finlay, a Cedar Hammock commissioner candidate running against current commissioner Michael Holderness, says it's upsetting to see what's going on.
It's a real sad situation. The job of a firefighter is difficult enough than to have to deal with internal dysfunction.
Several of the firefighters are accusing management of a hostile work environment, and they also say one of their employees was wrongfully terminated a year ago. Cedar Hammock Fire Rescue is comprised of around 60 employees.
Today, the policies and practices are pretty standard throughout the industry, but not in Cedar Hammock. And those guys saw what was all around them and said, gosh, why is it got to be this way? So they came to us And we said, just give us some time, we'll work through it.
There is hope that an independent investigation will take place. Hoyle, who has been fire chief of the department for a few years, tells us he couldn't be distracted by Thursday's protests because he was focused on the budget.
That was ABC7's Rick Adams reporting. Now, the fire chief says he will sit down with us next week to give us his side of the story. Commissioner Holderness would not comment. Well, let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob, what can we expect for tomorrow?
Some late night showers right now moving through the area, and some thunderstorms as well. Still some activity, a little unusual to see it linger this late, and you can see that activity pretty intense right now through much of Hardee County, stretching down into eastern portions of Manatee County and right through Venice now, and even on Siesta Key heading toward Lido. This activity is continuing to move off to the northwest at around 10 miles an hour. Some of the storms have been producing some heavy rainfall, especially just to the northwest of Arcadia. Just enough heat in the atmosphere still left over from the earlier temperatures warmed into the upper 80s to low 90s today. And you can see that rain really starting to fire up even near Longboat Key and also near Cortez. So some showers, some storms around right now. It's all moving to the north. It'll continue to maybe generate some lightning strikes in your neighborhood as well. We have seen that, especially inland areas, and this cell in particular getting close to that. That's right there in St. Armand's Circle, getting some rainfall, south end of Longboat Key. By far the heaviest rain, where there is some lightning around right now near Mayaca City, also to the west and north of Wauchula. All of it, again, moving off to the northwest. Temperature is very warm at this hour as well. Right now into the upper 70s to low 80s, 79 at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. One of Manatee County's most dangerous intersections will be getting some improvements. Just last week, 2 teenagers died on the intersection of State Road 64 and Pope Road. Today, the Florida Department of Transportation announced they will be coming up with a temporary solution to that dangerous intersection. Starting on Monday, the left turn lane to Pope Road will be closed in order to start building a roundabout there. FDOT urges everybody to wear their seatbelts and obey the speed limit as they travel through those work zones. Well, Democrats are set to choose a new candidate for the 17th congressional district this Saturday, following the sudden death of nominee April Freeman. That candidate will face Republican Greg Steube in the November general election and will inherit all of Freeman's votes. The new candidate's name will not appear on the ballot, so the votes cast for Freeman will be counted as votes for the new Democratic candidate. The deadline for Democrats in those 9 counties included in the 17th congressional district to announce its new nominee is Tuesday afternoon. An inmate at the Charlotte County Jail dead tonight after killing himself in his cell. The sheriff's office says David Griggs was found yesterday afternoon with a piece of material tied around his neck. Griggs's cell phone was located in a lockdown pod where inmates do not have contact with one another. Griggs had been in the jail since Saturday, September 22nd for active arrest warrants and drug possession. The medical examiner has ruled his death a suicide. Well, a helium leak at a Medical Plaza caused evacuations this afternoon. It all happened just after 3 o'clock at the corner of Prospect Road and US 41 in Sarasota near Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Firefighters say someone at that Medical Plaza saw what looked like smoke coming from the building. Crews were called in and that building had to be evacuated. Firefighters soon found the helium leak coming from a tank inside the building. The problem was fixed and people were allowed to go back inside. Luckily, no one was injured. A body believed to be a missing boy Maddox Rich found today, days after the 6-year-old vanished in broad daylight in a North Carolina park. Maddox, who has autism and does not talk, was at Rankin Lake Park with his father and his friend when he went missing. The disappearance sparked a massive search by local, state, and federal investigators who searched the land with police dogs and also scanned that area with helicopters and drones. The body, believed to be Maddox, was found in a creek just a mile from the park. Well, you may have received an Amber Alert on your phone tonight about 2 missing children in Live Oak, Florida, but here's what we know so far. 7-year-old Brian Mejias and 6-year-old Gabriela Mejias may be traveling in a black Toyota Camry with a Texas license plate. That car is possibly traveling in a caravan of 3 vehicles, including a gray Chevy Tahoe and a beige Chevy Tahoe. They're believed to be traveling west toward Texas or Madison, Florida. Now, Brian was last seen wearing a red shirt and blue jeans. Gabriella last seen wearing a pink dress. If you have any information about their whereabouts, you're being asked to call 911. The Bradenton Police Department will receive a new canine police officer, all thanks to a Super Bowl winning quarterback. The police department's Bradenton Blue Foundation will receive a grant given by the Ben Roethlisberger Foundation. Lieutenant Brian Thiers with the police department says that money will be used to purchase a new fully trained canine specifically used for detecting narcotics.
This is unmet budgetary requirements. We don't have a budget for a dog this year, so this is funds that go, above and beyond to provide this need for our community.
This is the 12th consecutive year that Roethlisberger has conducted this campaign to support canine units of police and fire departments throughout the United States. Members of the Northport Police Department took some time to play a game of basketball with kids around our community. Officer Scott Miranda took part in Rec on Wheels through Northport's Parks and Recreation Department. The Basketball Cop Foundation supplied everything needed for that pickup game at the lakes at Northport. Northport Police posted this video to their Facebook page of the officers' highlight from the day. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, small businesses on the Sun Coast receiving some much needed help. And how you can show support to local restaurants affected by the ongoing red tide problem.
A home can be much more than just a house. But for some of our neighbors, home means uncertainty and isolation. At Rebuilding Together, we turn houses into homes and revitalize our communities. Because a neighborhood is more than just houses and streets. It's familiar faces and open arms. Join the movement to ensure everyone can live in a safe home and community. Become a rebuilder today.
Gettle's got what you're looking for at Gettle.com. 17 new car brands, over 1,000 used vehicles, prices and payments you can afford. Credit help if you need it, and they pay cash for your old car. Plus, Gettle Pre-Owned Certified Plus means buying with peace of mind. Need service? Gettle's got that too. Gettle's got it. Visit Gettle.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now.
Bob, I think you mentioned some showers in our area this evening, tonight, right now.
Some thunderstorms too, yeah. We've got some moderate to heavy rainfall at times, and we had some showers try to get going earlier. Get a look at this, ABC7 tower cam looking off toward the southeast, and you see this line trying to get on in, and then it just kind of fell apart. didn't bring much rainfall, but now we're getting it and near the area, so there's been plenty of heat today. What a beautiful color that is right there. And this is from our ABC7 tower cam. And some photos sent in tonight of the sunset. Fred Seeger, he's a contributor quite frequently, and we got a nice shot there. Those with that shower activity that never really developed. And then Susanna getting this nice shot with some crepuscular rays there. What we have is a stationary front to the north of us now. High pressure off the coast here, off Florida, and that's providing us with a southeasterly wind. Now this front is fading away. It's for the most part going to dissipate throughout the day tomorrow. High pressure that will then build in over the top of us and reestablish itself. And with that at the surface and in the upper levels of the atmosphere, we don't expect to see a lot of rainfall, so football Friday night looks okay. We will see some showers around, but they'll be a hit or miss, it looks like. But boy, a lot of activity tonight. A little piece of energy more than likely moving on through right now. And you can see some stronger cells earlier into Hardee County, eastern portions of Manatee County. Still pretty heavy rainfall near Mayaca City with a few lightning strikes there as well, and some showers just popping up right now near Longboat Key, Siesta Key. A pretty good rain right now near Osprey heading into Palmer Ranch, and just to the east of Lakewood Ranch, some showers developing there. I wouldn't be surprised to see that one start to generate some lightning strikes here in a little bit. Rain coming down the north end of Longboat Key and into Anna Maria Island. And look at Fort Myers to the east and northeast of Fort Myers, a tremendous amount of lightning at this time. The heaviest rain by far was inland, and the areas that are getting rainfall now didn't get a lot today, so there's still plenty of energy around, and that's what's happening. We're seeing more storms starting to pop up, nearly 3 inches though, right there in the central sections of Hardee County. So the forecast is calling for showers to continue and linger around the area at least until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then skies will begin to clear. We should start off with some sunshine. We'll have some debris clouds left over to start things off, but generally sunny skies to start the morning off, and then a few scattered showers coming in late in the afternoon and evening. As I mentioned, just a few. Now down to our south, we're continuing to watch Kirk, which has really been getting beat up by the strong southwesterly winds. Doesn't really look like much of a system here, but the actual center now is right over St. Lucia, and they're going to see up to 4 to 6 inches of rain, a possibility of 10 inches in some isolated areas. The forecast path and track is for it to move off to the west-northwest and eventually dissipate by Saturday morning. So it's not going to be around much longer due to those strong winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Top winds right now at 50 miles an hour. Elsewhere, this particular area right here is going to gain tropical characteristics, we do believe, in the next couple of days here. This is the system we were watching near North Carolina that's still showing some circulation with it. Temperatures currently in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees near the coast, and inland areas it is 80 in Avon Park and 81 degrees down in Sebring, and it feels like 86 there. Current conditions at the airport, 79 with a heat index, not a big factor at 82, but it will be tomorrow. We're expecting a heat index up to 100 as early as noon tomorrow. We'll start to see that heat index stay up near 100 all the way through most of the afternoon. So for boaters, winds will be out of the southeast, switching around to the northwest at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. The forecast then still a few showers around tomorrow afternoon and evening, but not many. Same goes true for Saturday and Sunday. We bounce back up a little bit on Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures will stay above average for the next 7 days, and lows into the mid to upper 70s. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. Small businesses on the Sun Coast receiving some much needed help. The U.S. Small Business Association is offering disaster loans for businesses affected by red tide. ABC7's Dwayne Lindo spoke with one business owner who says he'd go under without that financial help.
What do we got today? Got some work going on?
Owner of iKayak and iBike Sarasota, Robert Nicola, has been in this business for 9 years, every year being better than the year before, except for this year.
I can't remember it ever being this bad and last this long. There's never been anything like this that's impacted us. I mean, we're 100% impacted. We put people on the water.
Nicholas says red tide and its effects have completely decimated his business, losing thousands of dollars in a matter of months, even having to lay off 4 of his employees.
You don't know what it's going to have on the long-term effect, because would you spend thousands of dollars next summer coming to Sarasota if there's a chance there's going to be red tide?
To help, Nicola applied for assistance. Small businesses can qualify for 30-year loans for up to $2 million. The maximum interest rate for the program is at 3.3%. He says these loans are crucial to help business owners get back on their feet.
You know, we can't go without making money for much longer. And I think everybody should do it if they're in trouble, at least have that for a backup.
And even though conditions are improving, it's the business in the next couple seasons that he's concerned about.
And there has to be some good stuff done to get people comfortable in coming here, because I don't think we even see how this is going to impact us down the road yet.
Reporting in Sarasota, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Well, local businesses are also getting creative to try and increase traffic as that red tide bloom continues to plague our area. The Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau launching Restaurant Month in October. Throughout the month, restaurants in Bradenton will promote 30-day deals to showcase participating restaurants that are suffering from a loss of tourism dollars. For a list of those participating restaurants, you can look for this story on our website, mysuncoast.com, and just click under the Red Tide section. Well, another city on the Suncoast looking into making its seasonal fertilizer ban year-round. The city of Northport is not directly on the Gulf of Mexico, but it is made up of hundreds of canals that flow into Charlotte Harbor and eventually into the Gulf. That's why commissioners began speaking about the possibility of extending the ban this week and are now working on a resolution to bring to the mayor and city commission.
I think a lot of people move here and they're not familiar with the impacts. They want green grass and flowering plants, but we have to be cognizant of what those impacts are ultimately.
Well, they're looking into having a special meeting for residents and city commission to hear from Moat Marine Lab on how the city can minimize those impacts of red tide. And over in the city of Venice, a voluntary ban on nitrogen fertilizers is currently in effect. The Sarasota County Fertilizer and Landscape Management Code currently prohibits using fertilizers containing nitrogen or phosphorus to turf or landscape plants from June 1st through September 30th. The city says at this time a stricter ban is not an option because Florida law partially prevents local governments from regulating the use of fertilizers. Well, shrimp harvested in Florida waters and shipped out for human consumption will not have to be put on ice any longer. With an eye on growing Asian markets across the U.S., the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission approved a rule change today that had required shrimp harvested as food to be dead and put on ice when transported from the docks to stores.
We wanted to make sure that our regulations were adjusted to be able to accommodate that industry.
The change clarifies that the icing requirement no longer applies to food shrimp prior to sale. The icing rule had been considered a seafood safety measure. Well, it's a happy ending for a fugitive kangaroo in South Florida. Storm the kangaroo, now back home. Storm's owner said he was spotted blocks from his home by his friends who were searching at 1 a.m. He caught up to the kangaroo and brought him back home. Storm had been gone since Monday night. His owner says the search felt like chasing a ghost, and the kangaroo's escape impacted his companion kangaroo also.
I'm sure she's going to have a few choice words for him the past couple days because I know she was a little aggravated with him, I'm sure, but that goes with any relationship.
Westergaard has 7 kangaroos at his sanctuary in Jupiter Farms. He said he also plans to build a bigger enclosure. Glad to hear Storm is back home safely. Well, entertainment news is coming up next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new tonight. Hey, why is Tenacious D here?
We ride or die, that's why!
Plus, the enchanting Sharon Osbourne.
It's magic, I love it.
And it's the not-so-little Jay Ellis.
I'm not little, don't call me little anymore.
Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Call to see if you qualify to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan right now. At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. There is no obligation and the book is free. Call or go online right now.
The Players Center presents the wild Broadway season opener, Annie, Get Your Gun. There's no business like show business. This slice of magical American musical theater will thrill you with the classic tunes of Irving Berlin. Call the Players Center at 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. Annie, Get Your Gun, September 18th through October 7th. Let's go on with the show.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
In entertainment news, the American Music Awards will honor the Queen of Soul next month. Several artists will pay tribute to Aretha Franklin's gospel roots and her iconic album, Amazing Grace. Franklin won 6 AMAs throughout her career and even hosted the show in 1976 and 1983. That event will air live on ABC October 9th from the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. Actress Marcia Cross is going public with her cancer battle. The former Desperate Housewives star shared a photo of herself to Instagram without her trademark red locks. Cross captioned it, "So grateful and happy to be alive, but sad that my hair fell out and is about 1 inch long now." She followed up with 2 posts to offer more details, saying, quote, "I am post-cancer, all good now, hard journey, but I am healthy, happy, and more present and grateful than ever. Thank you from the bottom of my ever-expanding heart for all of your love." Cross, who first came to fame on Melrose Place, recently played the President of the United States on the ABC series Quantico. Well, Superman is making a comeback like you've never seen before. The classic 1978 comic book movie starring Christopher Reeve as the Man of Steel arrives in November on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray with optimized video and a soundtrack remixed for home theaters. Pretty cool. The high-tech release marks a double anniversary. 40 years since the movie came out and the 80th anniversary of the character. Looking forward to seeing that. It's a look at entertainment news tonight. We'll have a look at your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, take a look at this. You've probably seen it on social media. A seal slaps a kayaker in the face with an octopus. It all happened in New Zealand this past weekend, and it's not clear if that seal was playing or trying to eat the octopus. The kayaker was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Some scientists have actually said that seals actually play with their food a little bit before they kind of eat it.
It looked intentional to me.
There was a dolphin or something right there.
It looked
next
intentional.
To it, so.
It looked very intentional. Those guys are a little crazy, those seals. I know that. We have some pretty crazy showers and storms around at this late hour. Some rumble of thunder across the area, so look out for that as it heads north.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow evening. Have a great one.